Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am reviewing and demoing the brand new from Milk Makeup, the Blur Stick. I grabbed this during like their pre-release thing and it should be back on sale now. I know I don't know why they do that. Like, oh, you can get it for 24 hours and then you can't get it again until this date. But they did. And let me start off by saying that I saw one video on this and I was like, oh, I want to try that. That looks so cool because I've been obsessed with this one for way too long. So I was like, I'm going to try it. Bought it, excited about it, and then the rest of the day, it was non-stop. Milk, 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 milk. Blur stick, blur stick, blur stick. All the videos. And then I instantly was kicking myself because I was like, oh my gosh, I just bought something that everybody is talking about. Because usually when that happens, it was like PR package sent out and then everybody feels like they have to talk about it. And then a lot of times it's just not talked about again. So you never really know if it was any good to begin with or if they were just saying it was. I am a beauty guru and I feel that way. I feel that pressure to, oh, I don't know if I should buy that because I don't always trust you guys. But I did because I watched one video and I've got this. I paid for this with my own money. I did not get PR. I was not that lucky because I gladly would have taken it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the product and then I'm going to show you a demo and then I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. So this guy right here, I bought it off of milkmakeup.com and this is $36. So it isn't a cheap product by any means and I haven't necessarily really, honestly, I haven't been impressed with anything that I have tried from Milk and so I have not talked about it because I don't like it. But I was intrigued by this. This one right here is my all-time favorite. It is my go-to. This is the Makeup Forever Skin Equalizer in Smoothing. And I use this every single day. $36 for this one, $37 for this one, and they both contain 1 ounce. Now what makes this one pretty cool if you ask me, and what really drew me into it is that it is oil-free and silicone free. A lot of the times, I don't know about anybody else or if it's just me, but if it contains a lot of silicones, yes, it will be super smoothing on my skin. However, in like 2 to 3 hours, it will start to become, I don't know, I'll get oily and it'll start to slide down my face, even though the product claims to be oil controlling. My skin type, I am extra dry right now because, I don't know, Tennessee decides to be like 75 degrees on Christmas and now there's snow. There is 2 inches of snow outside and I can't stand it. So my skin is kind of freaking out, but I always get oily in my T-zone. So this is supposed to blur your skin, make it look like you have a filter on it, and it is also supposed to mattify. So I'm not putting this all over my face because, like I said, I am dry on the outskirts, so I'm not going to do it everywhere, but we are definitely going to test this guy out and see how it does. So if you want to see, let's just jump into that. All right, guys, so on one side of my face, I'm going to put the Max Skin Refine Zone, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because I use it every single day underneath my Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. If I don't use this, then the smoothing effect does not last very long because I do get oily on my pores. So I'm going to put this on one side and see if it makes a difference or if the Milk Stick ends up staying matte on the other side without this. So we're just going to test it out and I'm going to put this on my left side. Oh, I put too much. I'll put a little on this half of my chin too. All right, now that I've got one side of my face red, I'm going to take this out of this container. I have not even touched this, so I don't even know what it feels like. All right, let's see what this does. So I'm going to put it on both sides. I'm not going to go all over my face because I never do that with a smoothing anything. It is kind of balling up on me. It looks really weird underneath my eye where I have like a dry spot. Oh, I don't know about this. All right, I'm going to take it underneath one eye, not both. This makes me very nervous. It's balling up right here. All right, I'm just gonna go do my makeup and see what happens with this. So my first impressions on this. Yes, you could see it definitely balled up on my skin. I have that happen sometimes with this one, and it happened a lot more with my Dior one, which I don't really use that one anymore. But not all the time. Sometimes it just kind of goes with whatever moisturizer I'm wearing. Sometimes it'll attach to it and like ball it up. So I kind of think that that's what happened, because it didn't do it so much right here where I had put the Skin Refine Zone. So it kind of put a barrier between my moisturizer and this product. But I honestly thought it was going to mess up my makeup. I was irritated when I went to go put on my foundation, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna look patchy. This is going to be funky. It's gonna be like bumpy and gross, and it's not. So I was able to just wipe off those little balled up areas, and it was fine. This does catch onto dry areas. I have a dry spot right here and a few down here from previous acne marks, so it always ends up like cracky and disgusting and dry on those areas. If you ever break out and you have dry skin, you understand. But then the makeup went on top of it fine, so it doesn't, I wouldn't say it necessarily looks any better or worse with the stick than it did without it on top of those dry areas. Now let's talk about the eye situation. So this eye, I did not put the blur stick, and this eye, I did put the blur stick. I thought it was gonna be so dry. I was scared whenever I was putting it underneath my eye. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be so dry, and I don't like a dry under eye. It does not look dry. It does not look any more dry on this side than it does on this side, but this side is a smidgen smoother. Not by much, probably wouldn't even be able to tell, but it is a smidgen smoother. Now, oddly enough, I honestly thought that the Skin Refine Zone side would be the smoother of these two, but it's not. Where I didn't put the Skin Refine Zone, on this side it's smoother. So no Skin Refine Zone, Refine Zone. This side is smoother. I couldn't believe it. Kind of shocked me. So we're gonna see though if I end up getting oily, because the Refine Zone usually keeps my oil at bay, and that's why I always put it underneath this one. But yeah, this is looking good. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see how this actually looks on my face, and then I'm going to test it out through the day. So here we are real close, and I hope you guys can see that I think this side looks better than this side, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. I don't know how good this camera is, but yeah, this is what it looks like. Overall, I definitely think it did what it said it was going to do. So now I'm just gonna have to see if it stays that way or if my pores start peeking right back through. I'm kind of excited because this would be a nice change in pace to this one, which I use all the time. It's time for a new smoother, but I just haven't been able to find one. Now I'm not going to check back in on camera because I'm not set up for nighttime filming, so it just, everything looks distorted when I try to film at night, and it bothers me. I don't like the quality of it, so I hopefully in the next few months I'll be set up for it, but I'm just not yet, so I'm not gonna do it. I will leave it down below, so check it out, and I will let you know one way or the other as to what happens, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!